Okay, yeah, I know. I know. It's been a while since this movie's come out, and I'm pretty sure that 100% of everyone has already seen it. But better late than never. I mean, I'm sure you're probably watching this right now. It's probably streaming on PBS or Crackle or CW or something like that. You know how like when you go to the park on them weekends and they're playing free movies on the big screen, everybody's out sitting on a blanket in the grass? That's could probably do that right now. The Rise of Skywalker, let's talk about it. 2019 movie in 2020, I am so behind. So I just wanted to start this video by saying Happy New Year to you guys. Definitely looking forward to this year. Lots of great stuff coming out, hopefully. So The Rise of Skywalker, the final installment in the newest trilogy that's honestly been met with a lot of criticism and divisiveness. And my thoughts on it, I thought it was okay. I thought it was just okay. I definitely thought it was better than The Last Jedi, but not quite as good or better than The Force Awakens, which even then I thought it was just it was basically a copy and paste of A New Hope, but it was fun. It was a really fun movie. It was a good trip down memory lane and a good nostalgic reminder of the original movies, which, I didn't have too much of an issue with. Also, as a side disclaimer, this is a spoiler review. I will be getting into a little bit of spoilers. So just in case you haven't seen the movie and you're that one person who hasn't seen it, you've been warned. Let me start by saying what I did like about the movie. I liked that it just wrapped up everything. Not in the perfect sense, but it was good to finally see this story just end. Like, I just kind of want to see something new with Star Wars and not just kind of, continuing the same story and characters that we've seen from the past movies. We definitely need a fresh start, and that's what I'm hearing about The Mandalorian. I haven't had a chance to check it out, but I'm hearing it's just a breath of fresh air in the Star Wars universe. And I feel like that's what we've needed for a while now, is just like get us into new territory, new characters, new stories. But I'm just glad it just kind of wrapped everything up, not perfectly, but now we can say that we're done with this new trilogy and we can move on. Hopefully. But, some of the things I did like about this movie, I know there was a lot of controversy with the powers that Rey had in this movie, and everybody's like, oh my God, like, how is she able to do that with the Force? Like, that's just never been a thing. And I will say this, though, like, I did not have any issues with her new Force powers in this movie. Like, I liked it. I'm like, bring more of that on, because I always felt like the Force was just so big and so vague, and the only thing they've ever done with the Force was, control what people say, control things with telekinesis, just move things around. Okay, you got this, just concentrate, focus, use the Force, you can get that remote, you don't have to go walk over and grab it, you can just use the Force and get it. All right, let's go. Okay, use the Force. I'm on with the Force. The Force is on me. Right? Huh? I'm on with the Force, and the Force is Force One. All right, let's do it. Oh my God. What? It's moving. Guys, where you at? It's moving. I'm using the Force. I'm about to grab this remote. Are you guys seeing this? Armani, look. You're missing it. It's moving. Are you seeing this? Look at this, is crazy. I'm about to grab the remote, and I don't have to go walk and grab it. Come on. Just a little bit more. You guys are missing this. But outside of that, we've never actually seen anything else with the Force. And I felt like it was just basically limited to what the Force could potentially be or show us. So I didn't have any problems with that in this movie. Like, I thought that was one of the coolest things in this movie. It does kind of happen fast. I feel like it just needed to be a little bit more build up, and maybe another movie or something like that, or maybe just seeing Rey in training a little bit more to obtain those powers. But like, I was fine with it. Like, I was good with it. I had no issues with it. And the fact that she was able to heal people, like I wish this was something they were doing back then to kind of just like, you know, make it make more sense. But, you know, she was healing people. Like, I bet she was like jumping 50, 60 feet in the air. And I didn't mind some of the fan service in this movies or call outs like the original Star Wars. You kind of want to do that when you're ending a trilogy or a saga, is that you just kind of want to have some callbacks and throwbacks to the original, just to make people smile, make people just kind of remember why they even appreciated Star Wars in the first place. And I think this movie did a good job of that. I don't think they went overboard and crazy like a lot of people were thinking. I mean, it's expected. This is the last movie. You know, you're gonna have some of the moments, you're gonna have some of them Easter eggs, and that is perfectly fine with me. Especially Ewoks. Like, you cannot go wrong with Ewoks. And they're some of my favorite characters in this entire Star Wars universe. Like, give us another Ewok movie. I don't think the first two did well box office wise or critically. But critically for me, like, I love the Ewok spin-off movies. Like, I want another one. So thank you, Disney, for giving us Ewoks, even if it was just for a little brief moment. Ewoks, man. That was awesome. Some of the action wasn't too bad either, but my main issue with this movie was just like everything just felt like so bloated and so stuffed. It was just kind of like, okay guys, like this is the last movie in this trilogy. Let's just try to fix everything we could that people didn't like about the last movie, just jam pack it into this movie and fix some of the things from the last movie and then just add some things that just don't make any sense and hope that fans are just gonna be okay with it. At the start of this movie, that I will say, like, as soon as this movie starts, the first 10 or so minutes, I kid you not, I had palpitations. Like, my heart was racing. Not in a good way. It was just kind of like, well, damn, can I breathe? Give me a second to like breathe? Like, I'm about to have a heart attack here. I'm serious. Like, this movie just comes out the gate hot, like just no explanation. And don't get me wrong, the scene with Kylo Ren and, you know, at the beginning, like it was a badass. It was a badass little scene where he's on planet Hexagon, Exegol. And by the way, this is a stupid name. Hexagon, Exegol, Lego, my ego. So that moment with him was pretty badass, but that whole first 10 or 15 minutes was just like scene after scene, cut, pop, this happening. There's just no explanation. It's just kind of like all in your face at once. And I'm like, dude, let me breathe. So, and then, you know, we see Palpatine. We knew he was alive. They showed him in the trailers. No surprise there, and he's like hooked up to like some machine or something like that that's keeping him alive, and no one even mentions how he survived. They don't even explain that. It would have been nice to see like some kind of flashback, you know, to when he fell to his death, just to see how he survived, but that's just nothing. It's just kind of like, bam, right there, Palpatine, and then that's it, and then he's gone, all in one movie. It's like they introduced him, executed and concluded Palpatine's whole story within one movie instead of any kind of build up. If you're gonna introduce Palpatine, you gotta let that marinate like for a couple movies, or give us a little bit more time to like just, you know, make it make sense and kind of give it more weight than it did in this movie. It was cool seeing him back, but like it would have been nice to see like some kind of foreshadowing from The Force Awakens that he had somehow survived, and then just kind of like, you know, layer it and then build from that. But, you know, we didn't get anything like that. So, So it didn't feel earned. But, you know, you do know that he's been living on this planet like all this time. He's been there with all of the other Siths, which, you know, you don't get anything on. You don't get any kind of information on. They're like at a soccer game or something. Everybody just sitting in the bleachers. Other lost opportunities for me would be the Knights of Ren, which just felt like this whole wasted build-up for nothing. Just kind of the way they pitched it in the other movies and the way they built it up was like they were just gonna be this menacing group and mysterious just group of assassins or villains, and like it was exciting because like you didn't get the scoop right away. You got a little hint of it and you just wanted to see who they were, what they were about, you know, if there was gonna be this big epic showdown with them. And I felt like that's kind of like what they should have done with Palpatine, like introduce it, but pay it off. Like make sure you just do it right in the beginning. That would have been a lot better than, you know, having Palpatine come back. Like you focus on the Knights of Ren. You've already introduced them. You've already given us, you know, a little hint at, you know, what they were doing. And I feel like they could have built on that. That was exciting. That was a lot more exciting than what they did with the Palpatine story. And yet none of them paid off. They did absolutely nothing with them. And the Knights of Ren were just completely wasted, weak, and just pointless. Like, you know, towards the end, Kylo Ren just like wiped them out like as if they were nothing. They treated them as if they were just dumb, weak stormtroopers that were just there for the sake of just having Kylo Ren like just kick some ass. That's it. And it wasn't even that exciting. And another thing too that I haven't seen pointed out too much, and this has been my thing from the beginning of Star Wars, is that if you give in to hate or anger, you know, that makes you more drawn to the dark side. That makes you, you know, kind of convert. And in this movie, you kind of see that too, where Palpatine is just kind of like bullying Rey and just trying to encourage her to unleash her hate on him and kill him so that she can take his throne. And that's exactly what he wants. And he's just provoking her to do it. And, you know, she wants to, but then she knows if she does, she knows what's gonna happen. And it doesn't happen. But here's my question with that. Yeah, they say if you're using hate, that just brings you to the dark side. Hate and anger, right? But, you know, all her friends are in danger. It's only her and Exegol down there, like, about to take out Palpatine. Like, can't you use the Force for good? Like, you know, if all your friends are about to die, kill him because you're protecting your friends. Kill him because it's the right thing to do to save your friends, save the universe. And that doesn't mean that it doesn't have to mean that you're doing it out of anger or hate. You can do it because you're doing the right thing. That's something I never understood with Star Wars. It just kind of felt like no one could ever do it because they'd be pulled towards the dark side. But it just leads me to believe that everybody was just pissed off and angry. And I'm like, okay, well, if everybody's just pissed off and angry and then they won't do it because they know they're gonna do it because they have hate in their hearts, then okay, that makes sense. But like, I don't feel like every character is like that in this. And I feel like Rey, even though she had a little bit of the anger, like we could see that subside a little bit and kind of like just clear her head. And I'm like, good. Well, take his head off then. Like, when you're not angry, kill him. Then you should be good. Another thing too is that I just did not buy the whole love story thing and that whole kiss with Kylo and Rey. Like, what? Honestly, in the first two movies, I'm pretty sure everyone didn't even think that that was even a thing. And if nobody thought that and there wasn't any kind of hint or chemistry or like leading to romance kind of thing, I don't think it was needed. We definitely did not need it. I mean, like, he's dead. What's the point? To be honest with you, that scene felt like a scene between a brother and sister kissing. It was awkward. It just felt really weird. And like, you know, nobody wants to see their brother and sister kiss. And one of the other things I did like is how they put the whole Leia scenes together. Like, I was just blown away. Like, I felt like, it just made me feel like she was still alive. I honestly didn't think they were gonna pull that much out from the older footage. And I think this was footage going back to The Force Awakens, but bravo to them for like stitching that together and just making it work, because like, I think it worked flawlessly well. I would have never thought that this was just like remnant footage, just kind of like pieced together. So I think they just gave her a good ending, like just kind of like a perfect ending. I just hate that everybody had to die. I wish Luke Skywalker would have still lived. Like, that would have been awesome to see him still alive. And better yet, forget the showdown with Rey and Palpatine. Like, give me Luke versus Palpatine. Like, that would have been a like, I mean, they made him do it with his Force powers in the last movie, but they could have did it with this movie. They could have kept him alive. I think it's just so stupid how they killed him off in the last movie. Like, that's the showdown I wanted to see, because that just would have been so satisfying and just a proper way to end the series. Just having Luke in there, not Rey. Maybe that's just me, but that would have been more epic for me. That would have just made me enjoy the movie a lot more. So anyways, like I said, I thought the movie was just okay. It wasn't terrible. I didn't think it was great. somewhere in the middle. So I think I'm just gonna give this movie Scrambled Juice. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you guys have seen the movie. What kind of question is that? Of course you've seen this movie already. Let me know what you guys thought about the movie down below in the comments. And what was your favorite Star Wars movies? Now that we're finished with this Skywalker saga, what was your favorite Star Wars movie? Tell me down below. Mine obviously was Empire Strikes Back, but very close to The Return of Jedi. It's almost neck and neck for me with The Empire Strikes Back because of Ewoks, man. So yeah, let me know what your favorite Star Wars movie is down below. I am a little bit behind, but I do plan to do top 10 of 2019 list. So look out for that very soon. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Keep it groovy.